Hey, it's Atlas. Time to sharpen up. Let's get into it. The thing standing between you and the life you want is not laziness. It is not a lack of talent, and it is not bad luck. In most cases, it is you, quietly working against yourself on purpose. Psychologists call it self-sabotage, and it is far more common than you think. You set a goal, you start strong, and then somehow you find a way to blow it. Today, we are going to pull that pattern into the light, because once you can see it, you can finally stop it. Picture someone who finally lands the big opportunity they wanted for years. Then, the night before, they stay up too late, skip the prep, and show up running on empty. It looks like carelessness from the outside, but underneath, something more interesting is happening. A part of them is scared of what winning would actually mean. So they hand themselves a built-in excuse before they even begin. Psychologists have a name for that last move. It is called self-handicapping. You create an obstacle in advance so that if you fail, you can blame the obstacle instead of your ability. It protects your ego, but it quietly guarantees the failure you were afraid of. Most people assume all self-sabotage comes from fear of failure. And that fear is real. Failing hurts, so a part of you avoids the whole arena. But there is a second fear that almost nobody talks about. The fear of success. Success changes things. It raises expectations. It invites attention, and it can leave your old life behind. For some people, that unknown feels more threatening than staying stuck. Author Gay Hendricks calls this the upper limit problem. His idea is simple. Each of us carries an inner setting for how much success, joy, and good fortune we believe we are allowed to have. When life rises above that setting, we feel a strange discomfort, and we unconsciously do something to bring ourselves back down. Think of it like a thermostat for your self-worth. Set it to a certain temperature, and the system fights to hold that number. When you climb higher than you feel you deserve, an internal alarm goes off. So, you pick a fight, you miss a deadline, or you talk yourself out of the win. Not because you are weak, but because part of you is trying to feel safe. And safe, to your nervous system, usually means familiar. That is the quiet power of the comfort zone. It is not comfortable because it is good. It is comfortable because it is known. Your brain is a prediction machine, and it prefers a familiar problem over an unfamiliar success. Growth, by definition, means walking into territory your brain cannot fully predict yet. This is why procrastination is so misunderstood. You call it a time management problem, but that is rarely the truth. Procrastination is usually emotional avoidance in disguise. The task brings up a feeling you would rather not sit with: doubt, boredom, or the fear of not being good enough. So you reach for your phone, and for a moment, the discomfort disappears. The task is still there. The feeling just went quiet for a while. Here is the trap. Every time you avoid, you feel a small hit of relief, and relief is a reward. So your brain learns the lesson. Avoiding this feels good. Do it again. You are not lazy. You have simply trained yourself, one escape at a time. Now layer on the stories you tell yourself. Psychologists call one of them a self-fulfilling prophecy. You expect to fail, so you show up guarded, half-committed, and braced for disappointment. That energy shapes how you perform and how others respond to you, and the outcome you feared quietly comes true. Then you nod and say, "See, I knew it," without realizing you helped write the ending. The deepest layer of all is identity. Listen to the language. I am just not a disciplined person. I am not the kind of person who finishes things. Those are not facts. They are labels. And your brain will fight hard to keep your actions matching the label you have accepted. This is where real psychology gives us hope. The researcher Albert Bandura studied something he called self-efficacy. It is your belief in your own ability to influence outcomes through your actions. People with strong self-efficacy do not have fewer fears. They simply expect that effort will move the needle, so they keep going. And here is the key. That belief is built, not born. So how do you actually stop sabotaging yourself? Let us get concrete. First, name the fear out loud. Ask yourself, what would success cost me, and what am I afraid it would change? Self-sabotage lives in the shadows. The moment you name it, it loses most of its grip. Second, shrink the task until it is almost too small to resist. When procrastination is emotional avoidance, the goal is to make the feeling manageable. Tell yourself, you only have to work for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is not scary, so you begin. And beginning is the entire battle. Momentum does not wait for motivation. It creates it. Third, raise your inner thermostat on purpose. When something good happens, resist the urge to minimize it or brace for the fall. Pause and let yourself actually feel that you are allowed to have this. You are widening the range of success you can hold. Fourth, collect evidence against your old identity. Every time you do the thing you claim you are not, write it down. You finished the task. You spoke up. You showed up when it was hard. Bandura found that these small wins, what he called mastery experiences, are the strongest way to build belief in yourself. You are not waiting to feel like a new person. You are stacking proof until the old label no longer fits. Fifth, change your language when you slip. Instead of, I am not disciplined, try, I am someone who is learning to follow through. One sentence keeps you locked in the past. The other quietly opens a door to who you are becoming. Notice what all of these tools have in common. None of them require you to become fearless. Fear of failure and fear of success will probably always whisper to you. The goal was never to silence them. The goal is to stop letting them hold the steering wheel. You can feel the pull to sabotage and choose to keep driving anyway. So let us be honest about the real fight here. The enemy was never out there. It was the quiet part of you that confused comfort with safety. But that part of you can be understood, retrained, and led. Imagine what changes when you stop working against yourself. The projects you kept abandoning finally get finished. The version of you that you keep postponing finally gets to show up. Not because you found some rare burst of willpower, but because you learned to spot the trap before you walked into it. That is a skill, and you can practice it starting today. Here is your one lesson to carry out of this. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your self-image, so build a bigger one. Start today. Name one fear, shrink one task, and log one piece of proof that the old story about you is wrong. If this hits something real, subscribe and stay with Atlas here at Mindset Mechanics. We are going to keep dismantling the mental traps that hold you back, one at a time. Now go get out of your own way. Knowing it isn't enough. Go do it. Subscribe to Mindset Mechanics, and let's build that discipline together.